Has anyone in here ever tried playing tennis and when they served the ball either went sailing into the net or sailing into the air? Well, because I've experienced playing tennis and serving, today I will explain how to properly serve the ball so that it won't go into the net or sailing in the air. In tennis, once you learn the proper body movements before, during, and after the serve, you will be serving like a pro. First, I will explain the proper body movement before serving. Second, I will explain the proper body movement during the serve. And third, I will discuss the proper body movement after the serve. So in tennis, once you learn the proper body movements before, during, and after the serve, you will be serving like a pro. The body movement before serving is to help set up the actual serving motion. So before the serving motion begins, grab your racket. You want to grip the end of the racket handle with your dominant hand and have that rest at your side. This is important because you need to grip the racket in order to hit the ball. Then, now that you have the racket gripped in your dominant hand, now cradle the tennis ball in your other hand and have that rest at your side. And this is important because you need the ball and the racket in your hands before the serving motion begins. And then, once you have the ball and racket in your hands, then you need to get into an athletic stance. So you need to stand with your legs shoulder width apart, and then your feet should be slightly staggered with your dominant foot behind your other foot, and then you can have a slight bend in your knee, and then you can hold the ball out and racket out in front of you if you would like to start, or you can start like this, doesn't matter. So now that you know the proper body movement before the serve, let's add the serving motion. So the serving motion begins when you decide to start it, and when you decide to start it, that's when you toss the ball in the air. So keeping your athletic stance, you start the serving motion by the ball toss. So you want to toss the ball, raise the arm that's holding the ball slightly out in front of you, and gently toss the ball in the air like that, and have it go a few feet above your head. And then this is important because you have to toss the ball in the air to hit the ball. And then after that, you have to bend your knees even more and then bring the racket behind your head like this, something like this. And then bend your knees, the ball's in the air, and then accelerate and extend with your knees up, bring your racket face up, and then once the ball makes contact with the strings of the racket, you've essentially finished the serving motion. This is important because this will start the actual point. So when you make contact with the ball, you want to hit the ball in the box diagonal from where you are standing. So since we're standing on the right side of the court, you want to hit the ball in the box diagonal from where you're standing. Now that you know the proper body movement during the serve, let's finish with the body movement after the serve. When you're done with the serving motion, there will be little to no body movement. So once your racket comes through the ball like this, your mid body should be stable, your head will be facing forward, and keep your eye on the ball, and your legs will be in athletic stance or coming down from jumping if you jump to the ball. The racket movement after the serve should be minimal. The racket should end up on your side or out in front of you, doesn't matter. And your body should be stable because you've simply just finished the serve. So now that I have explained the proper body movement before serving and explained the proper body movement during the serve, and then discussed the body movement after the serve, you should be set. In tennis, once you have learned the proper body movement before, during, and after serve, you'll be serving like a pro. So next time when you go out to play tennis, the ball will go sailing to the air or into the net. And then now we can see it put all together. So he has an athletic stance. He's preparing for the ball toss. He has a bend in his knees. The ball's in the air. The racket's coming behind his head. He's standing on the right side of the court. You can't really see it that well. He's bending his legs even more so that he can accelerate up towards the ball. His legs are extended. Once the ball makes contact with the legs, his racket came to his side and his feet are coming to a final stop. his face is stable, body's stable, but he's keeping his eye on the ball, and then he simply finished the swing, and now he's ready to play the point out.